Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of What's That Pepper. Today we are going to start with a really cool variety, and this is the one that I have been working on for a while. It is the cross between the Khang Starr Queenie, which is has the white ties, the Lingria, and the Linzo in it, and this is the Queenie cross with the white tie, so it's kind of like reversed back and forth. It's very, very interesting. Crazy amount of heat. The one that I used to breed this one here was actually the sweet Queenie, which has very, very little heat. But then once it's crossed with the white tie, man, the heat is just crazy. So this is it right here. This is a really cool variety. I grew it in hydroponic, and I've been having peppers all year. So if you have not grown hydroponic, I suggest you should look it up and try. Even a small plant like this, you can still get a bunch of pepper to use. If you keep picking it, they'll just keep coming back. And so it's also easy to cross pollinate when you control it inside. And so that is the reason why I grow these in hydroponic in very small setups. So yeah, let's take a closer look, harvest some pods, and then we'll give it a try. Okay, here is a closer look at the plants, and man, I have been neglecting these plants so much. Normally I would change nutrients pretty often to keep the plants looking healthy and all that stuff, but for this particular two here, I didn't change at all. All I did was just add when the nutrients low, and I just kept doing that for the past few months, and they struggled a bit, but they still managed to produce quite a bit of pods here. And normally I would pick up these old dried pods so that it will allow the plants to kind of like renew and get fresh start again. And then normally I would also trim it back once I harvest all of these pods. That also allows the plant to come back and start over again. But this one, it's just been this way. The old pods are like all dried up and they're still sitting there. Sometimes I touch them, they fall off. But yeah, these are beautiful. They have the same kind of looks, with of the white tie. You get these hint of purple here when they get exposed to a lot of light, and then they change from these colors here, green to white. They start out a little green. The white tie is just light green, and they look white, and then they just turn to red after that. But these they start pretty green, you see. And the top, they kind of have like this little square ish. So yeah, interesting. They don't grow in cluster like the white ties. They have their kind of like spread out pattern, but they look pretty cool. Some of them point downward, some of them point upward, so they're kind of like all over the place. But they're very nice and spicy, and amazing flavor. And you'd be surprised of how these taste, because they don't taste at all like the Thai pepper. So yeah, that's what these look like. Super productive, very, very easy to grow. With all the abuse that I've been putting them through, they still manage to produce very nice pods, and even a small plant like this. This one I actually cut back a few times, and they just come back and produce more and more and more. And so yeah, they look great. So let's harvest some pods and try them out. So I'll take I'll just these here. This is a good one here, but this is very, very spicy. So we're just gonna try a little bit. So I'm going to cut this open so you can see what it looks like inside. And the pods are very nice and firm, and has a really good texture. Okay, so that's what it looks like there. The walls are a little thinner than the white ties. A lot of seeds right here collecting at the placenta area. So let's give it a smell. Has a little fruity smell to it. Reminds me of some of the ahi varieties as well. It smells exactly like the chocolate linzo. And the chocolate linzo was the one that has some crazy heat, because the parent of it came from a Scotch bonnet. And so this has the linzo in it too. So that's the reason where the heat and the flavor comes from. Okay, here we are. So let's give it another sniff test. Nice fruity flavor. It again, it smells just like some of the ahi variety. You wouldn't think there's heat in here when you smell it because of the smell. A little fruity, like a mild fruit flavor, not like you smelling like a pear, an apple, or anything like that. Just very. It's sort of like some of those tropical fruit in a way. Yeah. Okay, so let's have a try at this. These are best to be eaten when they're kind of white and orange right here on the outside. Very crunchy. You had a hint of fruitiness to it, and the flavor is so different. It's like you have this chinense kind of, and then the bite of the annual, because annual has a really sharp bite that kind of hurt. Very interesting. Much different than the white Thai. But oh my goodness, I just swallowed that, and then the heat just kicked into the throat area, and it just started attacking the throat. So I had friends over, and they wanted some peppers to eat with food and stuff, and I gave them some of the white Thais, and they loved it because it's like the perfect amount of heat. And I asked them if they wanted a little bit more heat. I gave them some of this, and they said it was too hot for them. So the heat is very immediate. You bite into it, immediate heat, nice aroma to it. The aroma is very different than the Thai aroma. It almost kind of remind me of a mild Scotch bonnet in a way, but it doesn't have that fruitiness or sweetness to the smell. It's just that strange aroma when you bite into it. But overall, beautiful variety of pepper to grow. This is my own, so I've been growing it for 2 seasons. Actually, 1 season, but I've done it multiple times, 2 generations, because I grow it in hydroponic. So like this here. So these pots are ready, so I can grow another generation already right away. But yeah, this next year I'm gonna grow a bunch of this, and I'm gonna grow this throughout winter. That way I have something to use while we wait for spring to come. But I'm gonna collect a bunch of seeds here. I'm trying to give it out soon. So that's it, guys. This is called the Snow Queen, by the way, just in case you're wondering what I named it. White Queen, but I think Snow Queen sounds better. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.